So this is lovely being you. I needed to really look at something. I know that there are a lot of atheists that come to my channel, and they're non-believers, and that's fine. We're all on a spiritual journey, though, and while on the journey, we are trying to make sense of things in our lives. I told you years ago I was living in Plantation, Florida. I was renting from my aunt. And there were cameras in the room. I didn't know there were cameras in the room at the time, but I had the light on and I was really trying to get prepared to go to sleep. I had really been, talking to God and really trying to figure out some things. And when I went to sleep that night, I had something come over me. It was like I felt like it was a demon or something that came and it was trying to attack me. And I had to continuously say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I called on Jesus. And all of a sudden, everything stopped. But I felt like I was fighting something, and there was nobody in the room but me. Sometimes we are going to be tested. And when you're being tested, sometimes you don't think that you're prepared for the test. I certainly did not believe that I was prepared for the test. But I called on Jesus' name. And this is not the first time. I remember going to church when I was younger with my grandmother. And she said, call on Jesus. And I kept calling on Jesus or whatever. Had I not had that spiritual connection early on, I might not have known what to do in that case. We are all, again, tested on a spiritual level at times. And sometimes if you don't have the background or the upbringing of growing up in a church, you might not know who to call on. You might not know what to say. That's why it is important that you say your Simran. Your Simran is when you find a Bible scripture that connects with you, and you continuously say it. Like in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Translation for that, Om. And you say Om. A lot of people say, oh, here she goes. She's going into another religion. When I first met my spiritual advisor, one of the main things he said was no matter what religion that you're in, you can connect with God, Meaning when COVID hit and people couldn't go to church, they still needed to make certain spiritual connections before they decided to do it online, because a lot of churches didn't know how to do the Zooms and the online events at the time. COVID kind of pushed everybody into the AI circumstances. It's important that you develop your own personal relationship, spiritually. People can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but spiritually, intuitively, because that is something that you're connecting with God through. And that learning experience is something that no one else can really propel. That is your job, your connection, your experience. So it's important that when you are on your spiritual journey and you're not understanding, that you pray and ask for guidance, because that guidance is what's going to help you get through it and to wherever it is that you're trying to go. Okay? You might not know where you're trying to go. God might have to lead you. But it's important that you ask, for that help. No one else can do that. And it is important that you love yourself, because in loving yourself, you are trying to embrace your own personal truth, spiritually as well as organically. So it's so lovely being you. Enjoy your day.